do. Hello everybody. This is probably a part of the same episode, but it took like a hour and a half, 2 hour break after all the insanity. Still don't know what to say other than pain, you know? I do want to finish the day though, because I believe we're like at the end of it. But needed a break, to be fair. Yeah. The red memory. I dived deeper into her memory and I realized this is the last time. These are the memories of a night which I have seen many times before. After becoming king and becoming the will of the country by killing her own will, her days were filled with neglect even from her trusted knights. Every time she won a battle, Arturia was made to wish for a battle she did not wish for. She continued to hide her sex, surrounded by suspicion. What awaited this isolated girl was a rebellion by one of her relatives. Yep. A young knight took over the country while the king was on an expedition. The man's name was Mordred. That knight, who was son of Morgan, the sister of the King of Knights, was actually the son of the King of Knights. To start at the end, Arturia could not have children as a woman, but Mordred certainly inherited the blood of Arturia. Arturia's older sister, Morgan, I'm not sure how far she went, but she despised Arturia for becoming king, even though Arturia was younger than her. Mordred was created as her other self. He served the king as a knight with an unknown father, waited for his chance to take over the throne, and finally organized a revolt. Oh. So Saber never... Okay, good. Saber did not have to grow a ding-dong and make the babies. That's good. Hi, Tran. This is the battle later known as the Battle of Camlann, the final battle of King Arthur. King Arthur discovered Mordred's betrayal on her expedition and returned to her homeland with her tied troops to invade her own territory. She slashed away knights that used to serve her. She attacked the lands she once protected. The few knights that stayed with her died off, and the only ones standing in the end were her and Mordred. Their personal combat ended with the king's victory, but she did not emerge unscathed. Mordred was bound by a strong curse, so he still swung his sword even after his death and left a fatal wound on the king. That is the end of this battle. The last of her, the one called the King of Knights. It must have been painful. Come to think of it, none of her battles were painless. Every one of her 12 battles was severe, and this just happened to be the greatest wound appropriate for her end. She returned to her territory and destroyed her own army. She punished the knights who used to serve her, and the knights followed her all died. And in the end, she had to kill her own son, even if he was son only in name. I cannot tell what went through her mind, but I have to wish. The lone king who tried to be a king until her last moments. I wish that her last dream might be a normal dream, one that the girl called Arturia might wish for. Jesus Christ, dude. Why did her whole life have to be suffering? I opened my eyes. I don't know when I got back, but I'm in my room lying on my futon.
ああ、気がついたのですね、シロ。
セイバー、俺はどうして？
あれから今まで眠っていたのです。体の方はほぼ完治していますから。
That's good,
心
yeah.
配には及びません。
そうか。それはいいけど。
What about Saber? She used Excalibur. She may not even have enough magical energy to heal herself.
セイバー、ずっと俺の手当てを。
手当てと言っても汗を拭く程度です。
バカ。そんなことしなくていいんだ。今は俺よりセイバーの方が辛いだろう。
そのようなことはありません。シロに比べれば、私は軽傷です。しかし、今のは聞き捨てなりませんね。いくら傷が塞がったと言っても、シロは死んでもおかしくない傷だったのです。
We deserve to be a little selfish right now. At least. Saying so, Saber reaches for the wash bowl beside her. There's a cold towel in there. After squeezing the water out of it, she wipes my sweating body. I'm really embarrassed.
シロ、傷が痛むのですか？また熱が出てきたようですが。
熱なんか出てない。いや、そうじゃなくて。いいからセイバーも休んでくれ。今は元気かもしれないけど、エクスカリバーを使ったんだ。 セイバーの方こそ休んでなくちゃダメじゃないか。そんなんじゃまた倒れちまうだろ
まあそれはそうなのですが、今は私の方が元気ですから、マスターの傷が癒えるまで私が守るのは当然でしょう。
それはもっともな話だ。
Crap. I can't object if she says so with that kind of an expression.
分かったよ。俺もしっかりと休むから、セイバーもちゃんと休んでくれ。セイバーが休んでくれないと、俺も落ち着いて眠れない。
それはそうですね。私とて睡眠を取らねばならぬ身ですから。
Saber nods, squeezes the cloth, and puts it on the side of the wash bowl. So I let Saber take care of me and suppress my embarrassment.
それでは私も先に休ませていただきます。御身くれぐれもお大事に。シロ。
ああ。
おやすみなさい。言いそびれましたが、礼を言います、シロ。あなたが助かって本当によかった。
Yeah. Saber smiling in the moonlight. Did it look ephemeral because of the weak moonlight? The sliding door is shut before I can find out. I don't know if I'm happy or lonely now that Saber's gone. I did want her to stay by my side, but that'll be a burden on Saber. And if we stay like that, it'll just be like that night. I shake off the image in my head. Too many things happened today. It was only a day, but it felt like a week. The date with Saber was more troublesome than fun. We ended up having an argument and I left Saber alone, and... No, I have to rest for now. I can think later. There's not only Gilgamesh, but Lancer as well, and his unknown master. We can't win unless we start over in our best conditions. It happened a few hours ago. He said something about me being her sheath. I was badly injured and about to fall asleep, so I couldn't ask her why. I can't fall asleep. Saber's dream. Her resolute face in front of death and her face when she nursed me overlap each other. Good night. The frailness of her smile won't get out of my head. A smile that never showed up on the girl in my dream. She says that it makes her happier when I smile. It's vexing. Why is it vexing instead of saddening? I don't know why I'm annoyed to the point of anger. I smack the futon. I'm about to rage around because of this unknown irritation.
Shiro, 体の具合が悪いのですか?
I hear her worried voice from the other side of the sliding screen. I was out of breath, so it must have sounded like I tossed around because of pain.
いや、大丈夫。それよりも、まだセイバーは起きてるのか?
はい。ですが、本当にシロの方はよろしいのですか? まだ苦しいのでしたら、そちらに行きますが。
No, it's better if I go over there. No, that's bad. Something I've kept in myself would overflow if I see Saber right now.
セイバー、少しだけ話いいか?
はい。このままでよろしければ。
I start talking through the sliding screen. Maybe it's because I can't see her, but I recall the smile I last saw on her. Saber was smiling happily. My frustration increases instead of calming down. I don't know why my body is heating up, but I need to talk to Saber. I have to say that it's wrong. I don't know what's really right, but I have to tell her that I'm not wrong about this. My tongue and throat tremble. I can't turn back once I say this. I fully acknowledge it and...
もういい。いいから。お前は自分のために笑わないと。
New song, guys, yeah. I'm pushed by an unknown impulse and say this.
シロ、そんな。
She doesn't even need to ask. I'll keep repeating myself until you realize it.
セイバー、もう十分なんじゃないのか。お前は頑張ったんだろう。一人で戦い抜いたんだろう。なら、セイバーが幸せにならないなんて嘘だ。お前は立派に誓いを果たした。なら、このままアルトリアに戻ってもいいはずだ。
何を言うかと思えば、まだそんなことを言うのですか、あなたは。
Of course we are.
ああ、ずっと言い続ける。そんなの惚れちまったんだから仕方ないだろう。だからセイバーは、いや、 お前はアルトリアに。
Jesus Christ, man, this hurts. I suppress my sudden fury. It's about to burst out. Saber only needs to say one thing before that.
私を困らせないでほしい。そのようなことを言われても、私は。
Her answer doesn't change. My heart aches at her determination.
シロは私の過去を知って、私の中に何度も入ってきた。私の答えなどあなたは知っているはずなのに、どうして、私がどれほどの罪を重ねてきたのか。
Yeah, I did. She sacrificed many people in the name of the king and killed many enemies. I don't intend to ignore that or pretend it didn't happen. But still, even knowing that, I want the girl named Arturia to become happy.
それがどうした？この感情が何かは知らない。俺はただセイバーをこのままにしておけないだけだ。セイバーは笑ってくれ。俺はもっとずっとセイバーと一緒にいたい。
God, man. Childlike, unilateral confession. Within the silence, I wait for her answer. What is Saber doing on the other side of the sliding screen? Are my words reaching her?
私の答えは変わりません。
Yeah.
王の誓いは破れない。ふさわしくなかったとはいえ、私は王として国を任せられた。その責務を果たせなかったというのに、そんな自由は許されない。
No, that's not true. I can't hold myself back any longer because her voice sounds so sad. I don't want to hear the lonely oath to be the king instead of her words as Arturia. I already know that. I didn't become this vexed to hear those screams. I kick my futon. In front of me is a sliding screen separating our rooms.
シロ。
The sound of the sliding screen feels distant. My mind blanks out. Why was I so angry? Why was I so sad? Her eyes shake as if about to cry. Her gorgeous neck and slender shoulders. Her golden hair reflects the moonlight just like when we first met. I'm embracing her when I notice. I embrace her so hard that I can break her, but she doesn't resist. It's different from that night. I didn't feel like this back then. A ridiculous story. I wanted to become a superhero, but I never fell in love with anyone. Nor was I unwilling to let go of anyone.
Saber.
It feels like she'd disappear if I don't keep holding her. I don't know how long I've held her, but I finally figure out that she won't disappear and loosen up.
シロ、突然に何を。これは一体どういうことですか。こんなことをされても、私は。
She moves slightly in my arms. Her lips tremble and try to say something, but I close them with a soft touch. Her body is slightly trembling. I'm staring at Saber, but I'm not seeing anything. In its place, my lips feel Saber's kindness. Our lips part. Saber's hand on my chest pushes us apart a bit.
シロ、今の口づけは。
Oh my god, man. Does she want to say it's a mistake? She looks up at me with a face about to cry.
間違いなんかじゃない。何度だって言うぞ。セイバーが好きで、このまま話すことなんてできない。
This is just too much, guys.
それが嫌なら言ってくれ。俺とはマスターとサーバントの関係に過ぎないと断言して否定してくれていい。
卑怯な。そのようなことを口にしろというのですか。
ああ、 セイバーがはっきり言わない限りもう我慢しないからな。セイバーが拒まないんなら俺はやりたいようにやるだけだ。
Even if it would make her temporarily forget her determination to be the king. A long silence. I keep holding her and feel her softness. She's still tense, not wanting to be embraced. All we hear are our breaths and the beatings of our hearts. How many times did our hearts beat? Saber slightly puts more power into the hand on my chest.
あなたの気持ちには応えられない。あなたがその正しさを変えられないように、私にも変えられないものがある。できるのは、せめて許されるとしたら。
Her pause aches my heart. She bites her lip, trembles, and says this as if to make a confession that this night is unforgivable. Still, her unresisting body and her wavering eyes tell me that only this one night, she wants to stay like this until the night ends.
セイバー、俺は
I raise my hand to embrace her again, but
宝具を使いましたから。シロから力をもらわないと私は戦えません。
her quiet voice stops me. I can't say anything. That reason is her best absolution and her biggest modest wish. I guess that's her way of allowing this to happen, is by using that as the reason.
ああ、そうだったな。けどちゃんと動いてるのか、あれ。
はい。今でもシロからの供給は続いています。ですから回復するためには
Be close to each other like this. That's the limit. This is the distance between us. A girl bound by her oath and myself who cannot destroy her oath. Saber moves within my arms. At the same time, the feverish heat in my body returned. My arms panic at her warmth. I'm painfully aware of her softness and slenderness. I'm ashamed for panicking. Saber's cheeks are red as well, and she looks embarrassed.
ですのでシロ、今晩は共にあなたと眠らせてください。ケンとサヤは共にあればその力を取り戻しやすい。それにあの儀式と同じようにより心身を近づければ。
Yeah. I nod back. Happiness overwhelms my embarrassment. I'm going to be with Saber until morning. We can't touch each other anymore, but we can still be close using our hearts.
ではシロ、今夜は私が支度をしますので先に部屋に戻っていただけませんか。
Saber stands. I'm reluctant to let her go, but I can't be like this forever. I head to the sliding screen. I turn back to look at Saber as I close the screen. With her hands at her collar, Saber shyly returns my gaze. It feels like I'm doing something impure, so I quickly close it. For some reason, I sit Japanese style on the futon as I wait. I'm gonna be sleeping together with Saber. Just the thought of it causes me to dance inside my head. This is to help Saber and also to grant her small wish. Saber may be able to smile someday if we pile up such small wishes. But the battle is nearing its end. Will we have enough time?
失礼します、シロ。
The screen opens. I shake the depressing thought from my mind and welcome Saber. I turn around and see... Oh! Oh, she even put her hair down. Dude, come on, man. I quietly swallow my breath. Her white figure shows up in the darkness. With that, my agitation disappears. It's probably because she's too beautiful. My agitated mind comes to its senses and clears
お
up.
かしいでしょうか、この格好は。
いや、そんなことない。ただ眩しくて困ったんだ、きっと。
She is beautiful. God, her... She looks really nice with her hair down. I murmur strange things, such as how troubling it is for a girl to be too beautiful. Saber wouldn't understand what I mean, but my mind won't move unless I say this.
そちらに行ってもよろしいですか、シロ。
I notice for the first time how her small toes look beautiful. As Saber makes her way over, I draw back and spread the futon. I realize that I need another pillow, but it's too late now. Saber and I are sitting by the futon, side by side. There's only one room and one futon, but Saber's with me. I have no dirty thoughts, but my face is burning, and I can't even sneak a glance at Saber.
お先にどうぞ、シロ。
いや、セイバーこそ先に。
No, we'll make no progress like this. I slip under the futon and make space for Saber. I try to give the pillow to her, but she quietly pushes it back towards
こ
me.
れはシロに。私はその
Oh my god!
腕を枕にさせてください。
She murmurs such a thing. Saber's in my arms and is surprisingly calm. I'm not hugging her, but rather, she is settled in there. Sword in sheath. I recall Saber's words. Saber's about to fall asleep using my arm as her pillow, and she looks like a beautiful sword in its sheath. Her warmth and her faint smell calms me down instead of exciting me. It seemed unthinkable that I was ever worried about falling asleep with Saber. Saber holds out her hand. I take her hand under the futon and clasp it. We quietly fall asleep, but before that,
セイバ
I call out to the girl laying beside me. I want to ask her in the end to hear her reply to my question.
感じますか、シロ。これなら朝までには魔力の補充ができる。これで明日からあなたのサーバントとして戦えます。
ー、セイバ
今はそれだけです、シロ。私の役割はあなたの身を守りきり、聖杯を手にすることだけです。
ー、それは。
そうでしょう、シロ。この戦いを終わらせるために戦うと決めたのだから。
Wow. That's something I cannot argue against. If I want to do something about a problem, I have to end this war beforehand. First of all, I can't protect Saber unless we defeat that man who's after Saber. But do we have a way to defeat that King of Heroes? We grow quiet and stare at the darkness. How long were we like that? My tired body wants to take a rest and my eyes start to close. But our clasped hands are warm.
ー、セイバ
はい。考えるのは明日にしましょう、シロ。明日になれば良い案が浮かぶかもしれませんし。
Yeah. I would like to sleep like this for now. She says so while gently clasping my hand.
ー、そうだな。俺もそうしたかった。
ええ。おやすみなさい、シロ。目を覚ましたらまたいつもの私たちに戻りましょう。
This is the most tragic fucking shit of all time, man. This is the last time and the only time we can be in this vulnerable state with her. Because we have to return to the way it was when they wake up. I close my eyes with her close to me. My last vision of Saber sees her smiling warmly. I don't care if that was just for this night. Right now, her hand is warm. It is more than enough for me right now, as I fall into a comfortable sleep. We approached the end of this battle, without knowing if we would be able to keep our hands connected even after everything is over. Utopia. This is probably the final day of the game, isn't it? It's gotta be. What's the first thing that happens? Just waking up? Yeah. I wonder if it's possible to get that bar all the way up. I think the only new stuff was Gil's stuff, which we'll look at later. Yeah, it's probably just Gil's stuff. Our weapons. Developer. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here I haven't read yet. I'll have to read that later. Oh, there's Graham, the one that Gil popped out. It looks like it's has lore on it. I'm assuming this is the last day, so. I'm probably, the next time that I record, it'll probably be the rest of the game, since I'll probably finish the game, so by the time this part's uploaded, I think I'll be finished. I'll have finished the game. Or this route, I mean. The game's not even close to being over, but I've absolutely fallen in love with this game, and Saber and Shirou's characters are so beautiful. I have a headache from crying so much. This shit, it's not just emotional because of my attachment to the characters and the empathy I have for them, but it hits too close to home, is all I can say. It's odd. Throughout like a lot of those scenes, I had a certain person in my mind. It's crazy how like art can do that, you know? Literature, pieces of media can tie. I don't know, man. This story is beautiful. That's all I can say. Nasu is an absolute genius. I'm really glad I decided to read the visual novel, and I'm really glad that I was able to enjoy Saber's character despite having started with 0. Thank you everyone for joining me on this journey, and I'm sorry for being such a crybaby. Hopefully you guys can understand. If you watched all the way to the end, well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You're the best, guys. Thank you for watching and showing your support. I really appreciate it. Tell me in the comments below, did any of these scenes make you cry, tear up? Or were you guys manly men or badass women? I doubt there's any girls watching this channel, but maybe. Either or, did you guys find it within yourself to not tear up? Maybe get a little misty-eyed, but no tears, as you are manly? I don't know. Tell me if you cried or if any of these scenes broke you. Or if it just really pained your heart. Also, what was your favorite scene in this day? The Valentine's Day day. I'd like to know that as well. But, thank you so much for watching, and I just want to let you know that wherever it is that you are, if it's morning, day, evening, or night, be sure to stay safe out there, and take care. I'll see you guys next time for the final day of Fate Stay Night. Which is crazy to me. I mean, Fate route, Stay Night, Fate, right? Yeah, Fate's, yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah. We're gonna finish this route, and I'm probably gonna fucking die at the end. It's gonna be a sucker punch ending. I just have a feeling it's not gonna be happy at all. No, it's gonna be bittersweet. It's gonna be one of those bittersweet fucking sucker punch endings. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time for more Fate. Yeah.